If your Toyota has issues acceleration or idling issues, the throttle position sensor might be failing. Driving with a faulty throttle position sensor will have a serious impact on fuel economy, but can also lead to lasting engine damage and dangerous situations. Linking the gas pedal and the engine, the throttle position sensor has to work flawlessly to ensure full control over the vehicle. Let's take a look at how it works, what are the failing signs, and how to reset it in a Toyota. How to reset throttle position sensor. If you've properly identified the throttle position sensor as the cause of problems in your Toyota, then follow these steps on how to reset it. However, if you're uncertain, take a look at the sections explaining how the throttle position sensor works and what the common signs of failure are. Depending on the method, you'll need either a set of wrenches or a fuse pullers. First throttle sequence. Before you complete the following steps, warm up the engine to the optimal running temperature. You can do this by leaving it to idle while adding some gas to prevent stalling, or driving it if it's safe. You won't need any tools, and this method works well in situations where the battery has died or you needed a jump start. 1. Put the key in the ignition. 2. Turn the key to the on position without cranking the engine. Wait a few seconds, then turn it off. 3. Repeat the second step. 4. Crank the engine. 5. Pull the parking brake. 6. Set the gear lever in drive. 7. Wait 5 to 10 minutes. Second throttle sequence. Just like the first sequence, the second does not require any tools or knowledge, and the engine doesn't have to be warmed up. It works on Toyota Tacoma between the years 2005 and 2015, but could work on other models as well. 1. Put the key in the ignition. 2. Turn the key to the on position without cranking the engine. 3. Slowly press on the gas pedal, hold for 3 seconds, and release slowly. Repeat 3 times. 4. Put the key in off position and take it out. 5. Wait 5 to 10 minutes, disconnecting the battery. The first method is a very simple 2-step process. Lift up the hood and locate the car battery. Use the appropriate wrench to disconnect the cables from the battery and leave it for a few minutes. Reattach the wires, making sure not to over-tighten and break the clamps, and you're done. The process gives the electronic system enough time to fully discharge and then reboot, just like a smartphone or a laptop, resetting the fuse. This is a rare occurrence, but sometimes taking the fuse out and putting it back in might be enough to fix the TPS issues. The fuse box location depends on the type of vehicle, so you'll need the owner's manual to find it. Once you've gained access to it, reference the manual again to find the corresponding fuse. Take it out using fuse pullers. See if it's in good condition, then plug it back in. If the methods didn't work. Because of the model-specific sequences and different throttle position sensors, it is possible that none of the methods solve the problem. At this point, I would advise visiting a mechanic for a diagnostic test. There is still a chance that the sensor can be reset, but if not, you'll need to get a replacement to ensure safe engine operation. Because of the complexity of the task, I cannot properly instruct you on how to replace the sensor yourself. If you feel like you're up for the challenge, take a look at the following video for additional information. How does the throttle position sensor work? Throttle position sensor, or TPS for short, is an important part of the fuel management system and directly links the gas pedal and the engine. As the driver applies pressure on the gas pedal, TPS converts that information into valve movement, dictating the amount of air flowing into the engine's intake manifold. Original potentiometric throttle position sensors were very rudimentary, but modern non-contact units include inductive, magnetoresistive, and Hall effect sensors, to name a few. The added complexity leads to better performance and fuel economy, but in case of failure, repairing it proves to be a difficult task, so the common course of action is to replace it completely. Signs of failure. The first warning sign comes before any symptoms, in the form of the check engine light. If you're driving a Toyota with more than a few years of service, chances are that the check engine light is already lit up for some other, potentially insignificant reason. My recommendation would be to take your vehicle to a diagnostician and see what the problem is. Something trivial but very expensive to repair can be ignored, with the warning wiped, leaving the system error-free and ready to warn you of a serious problem. Irregular idle revs and stalling can be caused by a failing throttle position sensor. Turn the ignition on and pay attention to the rev gauge, and if your Toyota doesn't have one, listen to the engine. Problematic idle can be identified by the fluctuating rev gauge and audible changes in engine operation. Worsening fuel economy is a strong indicator of something wrong. A fully functional engine uses the optimal amount of fuel for any situation, but due to the TPS not working properly, the engine will overflow with fuel and increase fuel consumption while reducing performance. Poor response from the gas pedal can be a more serious issue. Once smooth, acceleration will change into a series of surges and dips as the throttle position sensor fails to properly convert pedal input into valve control. If the valves get stuck open, even releasing the gas pedal will do nothing, which can be very dangerous. If this ever happens, braking, pumping the gas to get some response out of the throttle position sensor, and switching to neutral can help you decelerate the vehicle. In summary, resetting the throttle position sensor is a very simple process, so it's worth trying out these methods before going to a mechanic. Idling issues should disappear easily, but if you're facing unresponsive throttle and inconsistent performance, your throttle position sensor might need a replacement. I hope this video helped. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and follow so you don't miss any of my videos.